we're going to be talking a little bit about gray hair, so just let me indulge a little bit, okay? So recently I've been obsessing over the number of gray hairs I found in my head, which is really irrational because obviously as we get older we're all eventually going to have gray hair. Now, I pride myself in the sense that, or I pride in the fact that my family really doesn't have gray hair until much later in life. And I am not in my 20s. I am not even in my 30s. I am honestly in my 40s. So it should be no surprise that I would have gray hair, right? But anyway, let me show you. So I don't know if you can see, there's one right around there, and there's a few in the back. And I have been plucking them, okay? So recently I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not dyeing my hair. I like my off black, kinky, curly hair. I'm not going to dye it. I'm not going to change the color of my natural hair. I'm just going to see what happens. And I decided, why not get a gray wig and see what you look like in gray hair? So that's what I decided to do. So I went online to Diva Wigs and I got a really pretty gray wig, which I'm going to show you soon. But before I do, let's just talk a little bit more about this whole gray hair. Why are we so obsessed, you know, with our hair changing? I think part of it is that we live in a youth-obsessed culture. I live in the United States, and this is a very youth-obsessed culture. I think most women of a certain age start to feel like we are no longer relevant, or we are no longer attractive, or we are no longer something desirable when you have gray hair. At least that's what I think most women think. Now, there are a few bolder, stronger women, I think, who don't mind going gray, who don't mind having, you know, their luxurious curly gray silver hair or straight silver hair, and more power to them. But to be honest, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm serious, I'm just not ready. Now, obviously, it's not up to me. It's up to the higher power above to decide when I will have gray hair. But I can't help but think about my mother's friend years ago. I was a young girl, and I probably shouldn't have been listening to that conversation, but she was telling my mother how it all goes downhill when you start having gray hair in your head and down there. It's all downhill. So I'm like really freaking out. So again, I've decided I'm gonna rock a gray wig and see, you know, it can't be that bad, right? So you might be one of those women that don't mind going gray. I mean, there's some women that, you know, are pretty confident regardless of what color is on their head. You might be thinking, well, you know, gray is here to stay. Or are you one of those women that is like, hell no, I am not ready for this and I'm going to color my hair no matter what. Again, it's a personal choice. We're all different. But I often wonder, what if, like some women, I am allergic to the black dye, or I'm allergic to certain hair dyes? Because there are honestly women who are allergic to hair color. As a physician, I've seen it. I've had to treat women who have used black hair dye, for example, on graying dreadlocks or their natural hair, and have totally been allergic, you know, head all swollen, scalp all swollen, having to take steroids. So hair dye might not be an option for everybody. So, you know, what are you gonna do when you go gray? Or what are you gonna do when you wake up and your hair is silver? Maybe it's not a big deal to you. Let me know what you think. But I'm really curious, what do you other women think out there? So here she is. Here she is, my gray wig. Can you see? I have brushed her out, kind of combed her out, and so she is pretty fluffy. Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that this wig has this ombre. You know, it starts off with dark roots and then it gradually goes into this gray silver hair. So I got this from Diva Wigs, and I will leave the details in the description box. So if you want to know exactly which wig it is, look in the description box. I'll show you, there are combs on the side. Yep, there are 2 combs, actually 3 combs to help you secure the wig. And there's also some straps you can see on the sides to help you secure it even tighter, although this wig is pretty snug. There is some firm lace in the front, right there, you see? And so you can get a pretty realistic part there. So if you don't want to part it there, you can also move the part. But yeah, it's a very pretty wig, and I can't wait to show you what she looks like. Now I will let you know first of all that it is under $50 and it is synthetic hair, so you know, we're talking an inexpensive wig, so it does tangle a little bit because again, this is not human hair. So for the price though, it's really not that bad, and considering this is not really something I'm gonna wear too often. But I'll be back.